The first thing students did was take an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper and fold it so you have a square. You see excess on the top. They took their scissors and cut along the side to get rid of the excess. Now you have a square. Then the students followed my directions and held the triangle. Then they had to fold it in half for symmetry. Once they folded it in half, they held the crease in their left hand. Then they folded it in half again and put the crease in their left hand. Then what I asked the students to do was take a pencil and write their names in bubble letters with the triangle, keeping the crease on the left. Their letters had to touch the top and the bottom, so then they would connect. So you're cutting the letters off. So if I use my initials, I'm cutting it off at the bottom and off at the top. You want to make your middle letter a lot bigger than your other two. And you always want them to cut off. So the students did their 3 initials of their name. So once you have that, you then take a permanent marker and trace the letters on one triangle. Once they traced their triangle, they were able to open it up into the square. Now what they had to do was find the 3 different ways to fold it, so then the permanent marker was only on one side of the paper. So if you fold it in half, you can trace it on the back. Once it is traced, they open it again. Now you see 2 triangles are filled. So then we have to fold it again. They're supposed to fold it in half again. Flip it over and trace the letters. After they have folded in half and traced those letters, if you open it up, you see you have to do one more fold. So their final fold is to fold it into a triangle. That way they can copy these, and they can copy these. After they completely trace their name all around, they take their permanent marker and make sure that everything's connected. If they have any problem areas, this is the time for them to correct it. They want all letters to be touching. Then they take their square, fold it back up the way that we did in the beginning with the symmetry. Make sure the crease is on the left hand side. Once they have this folded back up to the triangle they started with, they will be using complementary colors to color their triangle. The first complementary color pair is purple and yellow. They will be doing this for the first initial, so they get to actually choose which color they want the letter to be. The second combination is blue and orange. These two color combinations are used for the middle initial. The last combination is green and red. This is used for the final initial. So once they have their complementary colors, they will take a pencil and they will choose which color they want their letter to be. So if they decide they want their letter to be yellow, they're going to mark it with a Y. Then they need to surround that color with the complementary color. So this would be purple, this would be purple, and this would be purple. Once they get to their middle initial, they stop with the first color combination and move on to the next. So now they have blue and orange. So they get to decide. So if I choose for the E to be orange, then I surround it with blue. Once I reach the final letter, I stop and move on to my final combination, which is green and red. So if I choose for the letter to be red, this part would be green, and this part would be green. After they mark it, they take their colored pencils or markers, which I had them use markers, and they color their triangle. Once they color one triangle, they are allowed to unfold it and color the rest for their symmetry project.